Hello, all one talk long Papua New Guinea. Me Gerald Bustin. Na dispela Mary, I'm picking in Mary blow me windy. Na time me been go long Papua New Guinea. Me finding Mary blow me inside of Papua New Guinea. I'm not a story blown behind. That's all. I'm dispela picking in Mary blow me and me been born on Goroka. So I'm PNG Mary straight. Na me got some story long how Papa blow me GT Bustin. Even come long Papua New Guinea.
Hi guys, this is Gerald Bustin and this is his daughter Wendy, and he's going to tell you some stories. And he met his wife in Papua New Guinea, but that's a story for another time that he'll tell you about. And I'm his daughter Wendy and was born in Goroka, and he's going to tell you some stories about when his father first came to Papua New Guinea.
Now Papa blow me and me go come up long one plap, or I call him Papa Kodia.
And his father came the first time to a place called Papakoya.
Na planty line all sun up, na all looking this white man, that's all talk red skin man he come.
And there was a lot of people that were standing there watching, and they said it was a white man, but they called him a red-skinned man.
Now one man through, man blom fight him holding bow and arrow and a spear and him sun up.
And there was a man there that was ready to fight with a bow and arrow and a spear standing there.
Now young monkey blowing him sun up close to the side blowing.
And there was a young guy that was his son that was standing there near him.
Now all looking this red-skinned man, em like come fight, em like come to hug him all.
And they saw the red man, and he didn't want to fight, he wanted to hug him.
So all two hug him, now all like him, em like him all, now all come a friend.
So they hugged him and he hugged them, and they all liked each other and became friends.
Now all talk, hey, you come blow on him, you come find him, want him something.
They asked him why he was there.
Em talk, me carry one book belong big man on top. Man he been walking you mean a walking ground, me carry book belong any come.
He said, I brought a book, and it's the book about the person that made you and made me, and I'm bringing that book to tell you.
Now this book, he got plenty story long how this big man on top him like him you me too much.
And that book has a lot of stories about how the man upstairs likes us so much.
Now Emmy been got one man, he come long Hagen, Emmy time him talk blow him.
And so he had a guy that was from Hagen that was translating for him.
Now time him talk all talk, oh, people like him all this story blow big man on top.
And he was translating to them, and they said, oh, we want to hear the story about the big man upstairs.
Now behind all work long harim story he go now. This young man he been son up one time Papa Blogen, come up, I think mas number one belief man, he come up belief long time Papa out him talk.
So he was telling them the stories about God, and then there was a young man that was standing there, and he was the first one that began to understand about God when his father was telling the stories and believe on God.
Put him believe long Jesus, na he turn him bell, he come up Christian.
And so he believed in Jesus Christ, and he gave his heart to Jesus and became a Christian.
Now, behind only baptize him.
And then later they baptized him.
Now, name belong this man, Kandulopi.
And the name of this man was Kandulopi.
Now, this man, Emmy go now, behind he talk, me like out him talk belong this big man on top.
So Kandulopi said, I want to become someone that tells the story about God above.
Now, behind he go come up pastor, now he walk along, sun up long, some bush house low too, now out him talk to all people.
And so he became a pastor, and then he began to go out into the bush and began to tell people the story about God.
Two time him talk, because sabi talk pidgin, so time him talk, long pidgin, he go long place talk.
So he knew how to speak pidgin, and then he would speak from pidgin into place talk.
Now behind, by me story more long how me been come up Papua New Guinea, so time me go, me bunging this man. Now me marriage finish, now me got one pickaninny.
So, and another time we're going to tell the story about when Pastor Bustin went to Papua New Guinea, but when he first came, he met this young man, and this man, Kandulopi, was already married, and he had a son.
Now behind time me too, me son up, na me out him talk, me young man, na me son up, na me out him talk, Kandulopi, son up one time, me na talk, he go long, change him talk, he go long place talk.
So when Pastor Bustin was there, and he was a young man, and he was telling the stories about God, Kandulopi was translating for him.
Now, one little funny story belong this pala man Kandulupi, me talking you pala.
So we're going to tell you a little funny story about Kandulupi.
Kandulupi alto kumbe churutor.
Me no sabe this or something.
Kumbe churutor means only been make him holy go inside news blow man.
So the story that they told about Kandulupi was that he had a hole inside of his nose that went through his nose.
Passion blow also hang him up him or something or put him teeth blown piggy go inside on this blow hole or nose.
So it was their custom to put a hole through their nose and put a teeth of a pig or something through their nose.
Now, I think this teeth blown pig all around him finished as a holy stop yet.
So they took the teeth of the pig out of the nose, but the hole was still there in the nose.
So plenty time me too bala stand up long front side long low too. Now me out him talk. Now me look he go long money. No me looking kumbe churu total long hand.
So many times when he was up preaching and Kandulupi was translating for him, he would look over at Kandulupi and he could look straight through his nose, through the hole in his nose.
And one for a good for a man through, and good for a friend for me, time me young for a man, na behind him carrying more pickaninny.
So Kandulupi was a great man, and he was a good friend for Pastor Bustin when he was a young man, and then Kandulupi also had more children.
I think this for a man, I mean, winning 40 Christmas, 40 years, and me pastor, na out him talk about God and stuff.
Wow, so he was a pastor for over 40 years, and he was continuing to talk about God.
And one for a strong for a belief man.
He had a real strong belief in God.
Na one pala he been come up also new pala man time Papa Romi go na out him talk na believe on Jesus na been senits na come up new pala man inside on Christ.
And he's one of them that when his father GT Bustin went and talked about God, that Kandulupi's life completely changed and he believed in Jesus Christ.
Na behind by me story more long one pala time me go out him talk long low to blow in.
And so later on, we're going to tell you a story about one of the times when Pastor Bustin went and talked and preached at Kandulupi's church.
This pala time walk pastor on one pala village, I'll call him Tona.
And at that time, Kandulupi was a pastor at a village called Tona.
Now me been going out him talk.
And Pastor Bustin went and talked.
Now by me story long this pala not pala time behind.
And he's going to tell you a story about that another time.
That's all me hammer mas through long ting back long this pala good pala one talk friend blow me Kandulupi.
But he's very happy to think about Kandulupi because he was a very good friend of his.
Now Kandulupi and me go stop finish long heaven and me bung him Papa blow me na two pala hamas stop on top.
And Kandulupi is in heaven with his father GT Bustin, and they're having a good time in heaven together.
So this pala walk Papa blow me make him time and me go long PNG and carry plenty plenty fruit come up long this pala walk him been make him.
So when his father went to Papua New Guinea, there's been a lot of souls that have been saved and a lot of great things that have happened through that.
So by you me story go yet. So thank you through long you bungi me pala now long this pala day na by me pala look him you pala again long not a pala time.
So we're going to tell you some more stories, and thanks for joining us, and we will be talking to you again soon. Be sure and share this with your friends. Connect them with PNG One Talks. We have some great news that we're going to be sharing with you in the near future, and we're looking forward to sharing that. But also just make sure that other people that want to hear about this know to go, and you can watch these again afterwards. We'll post them, so there'll be a live replay. You can watch them as well.
Na me lapun One Talk Gerald Bustin. Na by me booking you again, not about a time.
So I'm an old friend of PNG, Gerald Bustin, and we'll see you again another time. I'm his daughter, Wendy. Hope you guys have a great night.
Now. Bye-bye.